All right, let's call the meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. Jeff, would you like to lead us? Sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States to the flag. It's one day of range from the God.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for time together tonight, for us all to together and enjoy our friendship and everything of our shipmates. We just ask you to be with those that are sick that aren't with us tonight, and we just ask you to heal them and bring them back to us and help us find new members and people that will be able to engage in this work. We just give this night to you and ask you to bless our meeting, bless our fun time with the gift exchange, and just help us have a fun time. Amen.
The USSVI Creed. Perpetuate the memory of our shipmates who gave their lives in the pursuit of their duties while serving their country. That their dedication, deeds, and supreme sacrifice be a constant source of motivation towards the greater accomplishments. Pledge loyalty to the patriotism to the United States of America and its Constitution. Through tolling of the votes. SSF-1, USSF-1, SS-20, lost 17 December 1917, when it sunk after a collision with USSF-3, SS-22, off San Clemente, California. 19 men lost. USSS-4, SS-109, lost on 17 December 1927 when it was sunk after being rammed by the U.S. Coast Guard cutter Pauling off Provincetown, Massachusetts. 40 men lost. USS Sea Lion, SS-195, lost on 10 December 1941 by aerial bombs during a Japanese air attack at Cavite Navy Yard, Republic of Philippines. 4 men lost. USS Caitlin, SS-289, lost between 23 November and 3 December in 1943 at the Celebes Sea due to unknown causes. 76 men lost. A moment of silence. In keeping with the USSVI Creed, let us remain in a mood of reverence and respect while we take a moment to remember those submariners who have received their final orders and are now serving on eternal control. Rocky Mountain Base Eternal Control for December, James Evanston, 12/1/2015. Please be seated. All club post. Let's dive the boat. When no submariners, a submerged submarine provides a quiet and somewhat tranquil setting, free from many of the distractions present in the everyday service. So when you with that, take her down from our regular meeting. Clear the bridge. Take her down. Dive. Dive. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to run through a short meeting And then we'll do the gift exchange after we take a break for that wonderful, I forgot what it was, a blueberry crust something? Blueberry French toast. It is scrumptious, very nice. Okay, just a reminder now, dues. December 31st is when your dues are due. National has a tendency of dropping you off the rolls within a few days after December 31st. So if you have not paid your dues, please contact Grant. Yeah. Okay, if you didn't hear that, if you get dropped off the list at National because your dues are late or haven't showed up, then it costs you an additional $5 to reinstate yourself. So they charge you for the fact that you forgot to pay your dues. And does everybody have a ticket that brought a present? All right. Okay, the next thing, we had several donations due to Jerry Linderman. His wife and some friends of his for a total of $400. So what we did was we sent those donations to the National to go to our memorial charitable fund in his name, honored in his name. So that will be held on the records all the time. And Rocky, who's Jerry's wife, sent a thank you note. I wanted to read it here. Thank you to all the sub-vets for their support during the loss of our loved one. Especially want to thank the group Bruce Marston put together for the meaningful salute day given Jerry at the end of his funeral service. It was so very meaningful to all of us. Encloses a check for $200 in donations from the Linderman family and in remembrance of Jerry Linderman. God bless you all. So they were very, very appreciated on the show. I was out of town, so I thank everybody that did show up. Okay, minutes that were posted in the cavitation by Secretary Dan. Does anybody have any changes? Then we accept it as put out. Um, Again, we're recording these meetings now, and we have our own YouTube channel that you can go to. And what Dan does is when he puts out the newsletter and it goes through the minutes, right at that first paragraph where it talks about the minutes, he has a link that you can open up and go right to the last meeting. That works pretty good. Let's do the treasury report.
Veterans Day.
Anybody send out a message to us?
Yeah, we did. Sent out quite a few. Really?
He was a shipmate mailing the receivers for how long?
Wow. Yeah, you make sure you're on the list then. Do you get emails from us?
Very few, very few.
Huh.
Well, as of 2 days ago, checkbook is out. We did send those that $400 up to National, and that will show up on the next month's report. As it is this month, National had not updated the charitable foundation funds that are there yet, so I don't have a number for that, but we were hovering right around the same spot that we were at the end of the month, last October last. If you have any questions about what the actual numbers are, you can see me up here at the front, and we'll dig up a report for you. Any questions at this point? Thank you. As the membership chairman, I again want to reiterate, and if you know anybody that's part of the organization and you talk to them, let them know that it's imperative that they send the money in or get it to me before like December 25 so that I can take and mail it to National. So they, they get pretty nasty if they're like, so get things on time. And also we have to do a year-end report to send to National. So it helps close the books out here at the local day. Thank you for your assistance. I'm going to help you. Thanks.
Okay, birthday for December. Jim Bradford, second. Dean Keller is the 9th. Jimmy Alfaro is the 10th. Calvin, 83rd birthday today. He's the one that does all the driving too. Elaine Krause, the 20th. Tammy, the 21st. Michael Lewis, the 27th, and James Vince Kirk, the 30th. Is anybody in touch with James? We haven't seen him in 2 years, so does anybody keep in touch with him at all?
He's talking quite a bit.
I know he travels a lot, so. Does he? Okay. Okay, for January, we only have 2 people on my list. Charles Martin on the 8th and Howard Loomis on the 29th. Is there anybody else that has it in January that we met? Will anybody want to volunteer for the cake next January? No. Okay. I'll put a star for it.
I'm a special prune with on the top.
As long as you take the first bite, we'll be okay. Okay, commission report. Tammy, would you like to say something about the January auction? And I'm thinking we're doing pretty good on those totals, right? How many have we got? Orders.
Calendars, anybody with a calendar, I do get calendars done over here. I've got 2 leather jackets, fishing pole. I've got to go pick up a jean jacket if you still got it. I've got tickets for Colorado National Speedway. I've got a heater from Egg Harbor. Oh, I have a barbecue. And I'm a little tiny electric barbecue, and I've got 3 dog crates.
And these are all things that have been donated, right? From different companies that she's knocked on the door to hunt them down. So that sounds pretty good. So this is for the auction. This is going to go into our general fund. In the past, it was our scholarship fund, but it was never being used, so we switched over to our general fund. Webmaster, do you have anything?
Check out the website. Give instructions on how to send your dues to me by Zelle. Go to the home page on the website. Step by step, it is there.
Okay. After kids, you know that we're in pause because Harry News has had some major medical issues. I guess he's going in for a knee replacement here in the next week or so, and he still has major issues with his neck, which I talked to him last Saturday. He didn't say anything about what they're doing for the neck, but he just sits home and vegetates. So, if there's anybody interested in picking up on it, contact me or Grant. Bingo night. Andy, do you know if we're having bingo? Okay. You had it last month, right? Okay, so this is going to be on,
It was one of the best attended of the year as well.
last one was?
Over 25, close to 30. The room.
Oh, you mean guests, residents of the, were in attendance. So how many do we have of our
5.
5? Okay.
7.
So we're having it on December 20th, again at 10 o'clock. I'm going to be able to make it. Who else is going to be able to make it? 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll have 6. The next guy. It's kind of fun to attend. So if you get a chance, it's 10 o'clock. It's 1919 North Quinton Street, Aurora, which is like 1 block from the hospital. Okay, parades. Jeff. We have Estes Park, Littleton, Frederick, Broomfield, and possibly Windsor. The one that we talked about before, which is I think what you were talking about, happens on July 4th, which puts us up in Estes Park. So we won't be able to do that. So kind of look those 4 up and keep an eye out. UBC is not having any meetings this or month or next month. They are having executive board meetings, and I went to one just yesterday, and there's a big push by the VA of what they call the predatory lawyers or claim adjusters. These are people that say, oh, I can fill out all your paperwork. You don't have to do anything. I'll submit everything to the VA. But you have to pay me a certain percentage of what you get. And the standard percentage that's approved by the VA is 20%. But they've been having people that, there was one individual where he got the guy 100% disabled, but he was charging him $1,200 every month.
Every month. Oh my
Every
God.
month for the rest of his life. So you're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so they were able to get that thrown out, went to court and all sorts of stuff. Normally, if you go to somebody for a claim, help of claims, they should be already certified by the VA. These predatory people are not certified. They can charge anything they want. And so we're trying to pass a state law, and there's also 2 bills in Congress to try to pass a national law. So I'll keep everybody up to date on how that's progressing here in town. Cal.
Could you clarify one more thing? This is fun. Was that we're going to do it or not? We are.
We are. Those are the 4 that we want to try to do this year.
Thank you.
Grant?
We've had a couple of people that have, regarding those predatory form filler outers, that have contacted us and have requested that they can add them to our links list. And we
think not.
limit ourselves to not add them. So that, we didn't want to be in the middle of that BS.
So the VA has a department all set up. You can go to the VA website. It gives you phone numbers. It gives you everything you need to contact somebody, and they'll walk you through it step by step, and it won't cost a dime. But some people who are not in connection with all the military stuff sometimes forgoes that, and they're the ones that will suffer. Okay, the memorial. So I think I told you about Derek Ralston and the young Marines. I've been having a really hard time trying to keep in touch with him. Email him, he doesn't answer. But he did say that they went out about 4 weeks ago and did a cleanup. and it was run by Petty Officer Keenan. And so I emailed her, but I couldn't, she's never emailed me back, so I don't really know what's going on. So if anybody drives by the memorial and sees that the flag is tattered or sees that the place is dirty, we need to polish things up, please let me know so that we can keep this thing up to snuff. I think you drive by too, don't you, Brad? Okay.
If anybody that lives in the Denver area, you know, or in that North Denver area that could drive by and just see that, take that responsibility on. And then if you see something, notify us, then we can take and assemble a work party to take, go down there and take care of what we need.
Okay. Ray?
Yeah.
Okay, if you would please, just the flag, we left it last year for the whole year. By the time we changed it out, it was just a tattered mess, so.
I was just by there the other day and the flag in good shape.
Okay, good, good. And we need to somehow figure out, you need to talk to Harry about getting all this stuff back. Capture kids. Okay, we still want to modify the flagpole. If there's anybody wants to jump forward and for a little committee on that, it's going to be a locked box that goes around the pole. It has to be up high enough so nobody could get access to it. Probably 10 feet at least minimum up off the ground. So that we can change it out without having to get the XL bucket truck. He's more than willing to help us, but if we could do it ourselves.
On the halyards on the inside of that pole, how far down they come?
Yeah, they're about 20 feet in the air right now.
I know they are.
We'd have probably have.
Are they steel cables or ropes?
They're steel inside the rope. There's a steel cable inside the rope.
And so how does so he gets,
I just wonder if we could chop those cables and then extend them down to a 10-foot spot above the ground and put the lockbox there so we can still control it from there.
yeah, because I have a nice ladder that you can get up 12 feet down.
What do you mean chop the cable?
I'm saying the cables that control the flag and the side burn.
Yeah, the halyard, yeah.
The halyards. Do they all come to the central point?
Yes, they do.
Okay, and then you say that you got 20 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
And they don't go any further down.
Take those cables and either replace them with longer cables or splice in new cable to extend those down to a 10-foot spot above the ground. So we put the lockbox there.
Yeah.
And get out with a ladder.
Yeah, well, I was confused when you said chop the cable, but, you know.
So right now the cables are not long enough to go with.
I don't know. The other thing, there's a lot wrapped around the cleat, but I don't know how much.
So is it a rope with a steel cable inside?
Correct, yes.
So in my opinion, it's a Samsung. Okay, Samsung. So it'd be easier just to replace them.
Yeah, we'd probably have to replace it, get longer ones.
And how hard is that?
Just order them online, and then we'll need the bucket truck to fix it that one time.
Okay.
Yeah, one-time thing.
Okay.
That's what we ought to do.
So I really want to start getting motivated on buying the material that we need and doing some research.
Checking on that,
Okay.
about what the cable, maybe I can get the cables donated,
Oh.
because there's gotta be companies here that deal with the Samsung cable. There gotta be companies that do it.
Okay.
We need to measure that somehow.
One thing I'm wondering about, there are a couple of different flag companies in town. Why don't we at least get a quote from them as to what it would take to do it?
I'll check into that.
And if
Oh.
it's a decent thing, let's buy
I'll
it.
check into that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It might not be that, but they might even donate something to us too.
And we might be able to get that back. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Our charitable memorial fund. Okay, the new float is in pause right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna start it, probably the first week of January. It depends on what we're doing, but either first or second week of January, I'll start.
Okay, and I think Bruce, you said you might give him a hand?
Yeah, please call me.
Oh, and Andy would like to too. Okay, we have the auction coming up, next meeting. We heard all the stuff that's been donated and we're gonna have, so I'm hoping that you can, you can invite family and friends and anybody else you want to come and for our auction and stuff, though. We need to have a good turnout to be able to make some money.
Question, is this a silent auction where people sign off?
Is that what you're able to do?
No, we do it. You're an auctioneer.
So what we did was, we've always had an auctioneer. Did you want to do that again?
If you're gonna do it, I just wasn't sure how we were gonna do it.
Yeah, but if you do a silent auction, then everybody has to fill out their stuff, then you have to, it'll take us hours to do that.
You don't make as much with the sound auction as you do over fuel.
Well, that's
Yeah,
right, because
yeah, you
people will go back and forth against each other.
Get some energy up on that.
Well, if I do it again this year, I'll donate my fee.
Okay, it sounds good. So,
We'll double your fee.
there you go.
I'll do it.
Okay, so Don Price and JJ are not here. Hey, Reese Cross Myra, Myra, what do you got to tell us?
We're on this. We unload the reefs at 1 o'clock and, I have some maps here as to where to meet. The ones that were there last year kind of know it's in the same spot as we were last year, but I do have some maps up there in case anybody wasn't there last year that wants to come. And it really usually takes 4 or 5 people, because we've got 20 reads. I am, because Jerry Lindemann didn't get buried until after the cutoff to get the wreath. I'm gonna stop by King Supers, I think, and get one of their wreaths, which is about the same size as the others. Bring it with me so we can make sure we get one on his way too.
You have to find.
Yeah, I just have to call his wife and find out the location, because it's not in the system yet.
So, Fort Logan is having a ceremony starting at 10:00.
And it's shelter A.
Shelter A. After that is when everybody goes out and does the reefs, the general reefs. The last couple of years, it was within 2 or 3 hours, all 14,000 reefs were laid out, so it was pretty good. It was, we're back in 2020 or 2019 then.
Yeah,
They didn't have anybody participating.
now they're celebrating the reefs, the Braves until afterwards, so there's not many people there. Everybody else is left, so you don't have to fight for a place to park or anything. There's a back entrance that you come into to that park.
So tomorrow, I'm going to email out a picture of the map, let everybody know about it. I think last year we had 7 or 8 people show up. And then I had 3 reefs that I took care of. When I got to the section that they were at, they were already, the whole section had reefs already. So I went across the street where there was no reefs, and I just walked up and down until I found a Navy guy. And I put it there and gave him a salute. So if that happens, then that's what you do.
That happened to us too.
Yeah. And if anybody would like to donate to the Reefs Across America for us to be able to purchase them, you just have to contact Grant. Okay, we talked about the January's auction, so it'll be a short meeting again and then the auction afterwards. I can tell you that Dick Light, with the dancing hat, gave me some really nice books and also a chunk of the Berlin Wall. And so that'll also be part of the auction. So I'll be bringing that in with all the stuff that Tammy's been able to get. So if we get a good turnout, then we'll make a good profit there. Okay, how many saw the email from Nashville that talked about the Groton Memorial park that they're installing in the town of Groton? And they have pavers that you can purchase for $250. And last meeting, we discussed it and we voted that we wanted to do one as part of the base. And Grant did a little research. We have 10 different choices to decide which one we want to use and what we want to put on it, because there's only 20 characters, did you say, per line?
4 lines, 20 characters.
Yeah, 4 lines, 20 characters. And then that included spaces. Spaces is considered a character. So you have to be careful on what you got. So what I'm going to do is when I send out the information for the Reefs Across America, then I'll also attach this. And so I'm going to want people to give me a choice 1, 2, and 3. And we'll decide which one we go for. Is everybody?
Not 1, 2, and 3, just the 1, 2, and 3, because there's 10
Yeah, there's 10. Pick your 3 that you want.
if you like to see.
Yeah. And then we'll figure it out by numerical. So I'll count number. Your first choice is 3, second choice is 2, third choice is 1. Add the total up and we'll see which one wins out. Okay?
If you're gonna put a boat name on there, it's really hard to get it in.
Yeah.
When I got my fall boat, I had to put USS Jane Marshall, SSBN, no hyphen, 611. That's all the room I had.
Besides your name, right? Okay, so that's something we'll work on here.
You could bring that down by next meeting.
Well, I was gonna have you email me or at the meeting, yeah, so you can do either or.
Quicker the better.
Yeah. Okay. Western Roundup. How many have attended a Western Roundup? Ooh, all right. So it was an enjoyable time, was it? I've never made a national one. It always seemed to be on the East Coast. So the Western Roundup was started so that people on the West Coast could have someplace to go, right? And normally it's been in Las Vegas or Laughlin or something like that. But now they're having it up in Seattle or the Bremerton, the sub base there is going to be sponsoring it. And I would like to start to see if we can kick that back up to where we have a group to go at a time. So if somebody's interested in kind of sponsoring it or coordinating it, yeah, you can drive up there. You guys are thinking too? Yeah. Okay. Are you guys going to drive?
We're considering it.
We think our campground because our kids live up that way soon.
Oh, okay.
How much room you got in your camper?
Not enough.
But as we get closer, I'd like to see if we can get a group together and make it happen. Okay, does anybody else anything good for the order? Okay, so what we're going to do is take our break. French toast blueberries, right? Oh, it tastes really, really good. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and do the 50-50 draw while we're taking our break. Okay? So let's take the break. Have some food, dessert, and then we'll do 50-50.